All right. Well, welcome to the AFE Member Spotlight. Our member spotlight this month is Ryan Rikkol. So, Ryan is an active AFE member who provides outstanding influence and contributions to the Ask the Experts community. So, as a thanks, we are featuring him here in the AFE Member Spotlight. So, thank you, Ryan, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, just to get us started, can you share like a brief bio about yourself?
Sure. I started with mechanical engineering, went to NDSU. Did that for 4 years, and then I came home and decided to be a pipe fitter. I did an apprenticeship and went through the apprenticeship for 5 years. Did that, got an associate's from Dunwoody in Minneapolis. And then over the course of that career, I did the Walker Art Center, the uh, two hospitals, Fairview Southdale, Fairview Ridges, a couple of large projects like that. And then the last big project I had was Target Field. I did that for 2 years in the building of the new stadium. And in 2009, they asked me to come on board as a full-time employee for the Minnesota Twins. And I wasn't sure, but I took the job, and it turned out to be a really, really, really good choice. I ended up working here for about 15 years now. So I've been upgraded to facilities engineer for the building. And I got that through the AFE CPE program. I took the CPE, and because of that, they upgraded me to the facilities engineer. I'm the only facilities engineer here, so it's kind of a big responsibility. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I was just admiring your background, so that makes sense for where you work at. That's awesome. Yeah, so you kind of touched on this a little bit, but how did you exactly get into the facility management industry?
I've always really kind of liked the behind the scenes of these buildings and having working on construction, doing the installation. A lot of these buildings, you get to see the underneath and the backbone of the buildings. And then when I got the ability or the invite to work for Target Field, I was really excited because of it's a baseball. Major League Baseball is pretty interesting to get involved with anyway. And the Twins are a great organization to work for. And coming to work here every day has just been a delight. There's so many advantages and fun things that I get to do because of facilities engineering and because of my background. And that's how it got started, is basically just really enjoying buildings and being part of this project as a whole.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Um, is there a project you can think of that you've enjoyed working on most in your career?
Some of the projects that I work on around here, for the most part, they're not huge, but they're impactful. One of the first projects I did after the first 3 years is we upgraded the benches to be actually heated benches for the players. And that came apart because the old wood was deteriorating, and my boss asked me to come and find a new product for it. And I found a product, and I figured out I could run the tubing through there and create actually heated benches. And so we had the first MLB heated benches. And so that was kind of a neat thing. The players really love it. And it's one of those projects that it took off, and it really improved everybody. They really enjoyed the way it worked out. And I really enjoyed doing that project. That was probably the one that got the most notoriety for all the little things that I've done around here. So
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I mean, hey, I would enjoy that if I was a player. That's awesome to see an opportunity to try something new. So, I guess kind of on the flip side, what would you say has been like your biggest professional challenge?
so last year we held the Winter Classic, which is the outdoor hockey game. That's a huge event. Minnesota just loves hockey. So it was a really big project for us to get ready for. It was a one-day event, but we spent 2 years getting ready for it. We had to upgrade a lot of the heating and building operations plan for running this building in the winter, which was not designed to run in the winter. And it happened to be one of the coldest days of the year. I think we had like -9 degree temperatures, and wind chills were even lower. So making sure nothing froze, making sure everything worked. We got 99% of the building up and running and worked, no major issues. And it was a great success. And everybody was really happy with the turnout. And the hockey fans just loved having hockey at the baseball stadium. It was a real feat. It was a lot of tough work and a lot of, worrying just because we didn't know how it was going to go. And if if something was going to freeze, if we're going to have electrical issues, it was just, that was the toughest one that we had to work for. But in the end, all the work we put in really turned out to be a great event, and Minnesota loved it. And now, we can officially run events in the winter if we want to. So we'll see if that happens again, but we enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's super impressive. I know not a lot of buildings can handle that temperature drop, so the fact that you hosted an event, that's pretty impressive. You kind of talked about this in your bio, but how has AFE helped you in your career?
Getting the CPE was a big step. That was, something when I first signed up for, we just talked about, we like to go through and, do like improvement of our own staff. And one of the things they said, well, go find a certification or something. And I found the CPE, and I was really impressed. It was a very difficult but very worthwhile certification to receive. And everybody here was, impressed with the fact that I got it. And in fact, and then because of it, they said, what we'll do for you is we'll give you that title, a better title. And then it came with a raise, which was nice. And then just knowing that because of the certification, I know in my heart and my skill level, I have faith in my skills that I know what I'm doing around here. And it's proof to everyone else that they can now see what I'm doing in a, it's proof for everybody else to see how much I know about the building.
For sure. Yeah. So now, like, you're more involved with AFE because you're a president of the Twin Cities Chapter 13 chapter. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? So it's Region 3 AFE Chapter 13 Twin Cities. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, I really enjoyed being part of the association board of directors. We worked really hard to try and keep our membership up. We lost a lot due to COVID and some retirement. So, trying to get the events going again and having the trade fair and the AMBLC event here was shut down because of COVID. But because of that, we've still kept the membership up, and we're getting new members and getting students involved and being part of that whole process of regrowing the brand. And then also, we work with the scholarships, and that's important to me. I've been, like I say, we lost a lot of people in retirement, but it's really important to me that we get more young people in to the business, into the facilities, maintenance, facilities engineers, project managers, trying to get them in so we can get, people to take over these jobs. And the buildings aren't going away. We get more buildings every day, and we need more people to come and do these. And AFE has been a good way for us to reach out, give those students scholarships, and promote them to, come into the facilities engineering aspect of the world, so we can get them a new base of people out here who are smart and young and can, understand how important this job is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, kind of to switch up my questions because it feels like it's a good tie-in for people who are new members to AFE or new to the industry. If you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice before entering the industry, what would it be?
I would have looked at getting certification a lot earlier in my career. Like I said, I think I was here 13 years before I went and got the CPE. And I would have definitely tried earlier to get that. It really tests your knowledge and proves to you that, you know your stuff, and gives everybody else that proof too, which is, sometimes it's hard for other people to understand what you do when you're so in the background per se. But as we like to say here is, when you do a good job, they don't even know that you've done it. They just know that everything works, and they don't concentrate on the building. They concentrate on the game. and their experience here rather than, what's wrong or what's missing or what other issues could be, hidden in the background that you basically done a good job to take care of.
For sure. Yeah, that's great advice, and great insight too. Yeah, my final question is, what would you like to talk to fellow colleagues and members about in AFE's Ask the Expert platform?
Oh, I think it's such a wonderful way to network with people and talk to them about what we do, and some of the issues we have with we just upgraded to a new CMMS. So one of the questions I asked early on was, what is everybody using for CMMS? How do they manage their buildings? There's a lot of information that has to go in there, and if it's a good software platform, give me some advice. And I really enjoyed talking to other people about it and getting some feedback on those. And it's just a wonderful way to get collaboration from fellow people who work with the same stuff you do every day. And I love getting that knowledge from other people and applying it to my daily job.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for sharing with us and taking time to be here this morning. And thank you for being a part of AFE.
Thank you.